150 pounds later, and retirement is looking good for these people. So I just got off the horn with these folks here in Georgia, real nice folks, and we're doing some crunching some retirement numbers, and I said, well, you guys look like you're fit and trim. I mean, I'm sure health is, you got your health under control, because I always have to ask this. You always got to find out like what the parent status is. You always got to. Second. All right. You always got to ask, just make sure that if there's anything going wrong physically, you got to, prepare for that in terms of what numbers, expenditures and things of that nature, things could look like. And I said, you guys look like you're fit and trim. And they said, oh, they kind of chuckled. And they showed me a picture of them at this wedding from 2017. And she was big. She said she had triple chin. The husband had a double chin. Husband's tall, so it didn't look nearly as bad, as it looked for her because she's not as tall. But anyway, they saw the picture from the wedding and they said, we can't go into retirement like that. And he said, look, I'm about ready to turn 60. And he said, I can't go into retirement that heavy. I've got to lose weight. And I think he lost 50 and she lost 80 pounds, or maybe he lost 60, something like that. I can't remember, but nearly 150 pounds between them. And he's tall, so he looks, but it's easier for a tall guy to carry weight without looking like it because they're tall. But he, even in that picture, said, he looked tall, but he looked big, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so now they're sitting there and their health is just gone. Like, he's on a blood pressure medicine right now, but he'll get off it the minute he quits his job because he knows. He said, look, man, when I quit my job and I come home, my blood pressure declines a lot. So he's going to quit his job here, at some point in the next couple of years. And he says, I'll get off all my medication. Previous to losing all the weight, they were all on all kinds of medication. And I think they said other than his one blood pressure medicine for now, and the only reason he takes it is because he's stressed out at work. But other than that, he'll get off it. And they did it with a carnivore diet. Literally just eat beef all the time. And and they said, the funny thing, they've kept it off too. Because they said, I said, what do you miss? I said, I love ice cream. Because, the thing is, once we saw how successful this has been for us, we don't miss anything. And they eat, a ribeye loin, the whole ribeye loin, I think that's what they said. They cut it up, vacuum seal it, and that's what they eat, man. They don't eat vegetables, they don't eat rice, they don't eat sugar, and they're happy as a clam. And I think once you see, it's like anything you do for 21 days, whether give up pornography, whether give up sugar, whether give up alcohol, whether it just be make a sales call every day for 21 days, whatever it is, whatever you do for 21 days straight, it becomes a habit. So if you can give up something for 21 days, you'll lose that habit. So let's just say for me, let's say I gave up ice cream for 21 days. One of these days I'm going to do it. I'm not ready to do it yet. I'm just not. But one of these days I will give up ice cream. And that's what the whole thing about Lent as Catholics is, you give up something for a certain amount of time. Now, what you're not really supposed to do is you're not supposed to say, all right, now I'm ready to go and now I'm going to double up on the alcohol I gave up or the ice cream I gave up, if that makes sense. Anyway, so you give up something for 21 days and you forget about it. You forget about pornography. You forget about sugar. You forget about alcohol. I mean, will it happen all the time? No. And can you get back into it? Absolutely. But what these guys said, they said the profound change in their health was so big that there's no way they were going back. Now, it took two. Let's say the wife, we'll pick on her. Let's say she's like, no, I need to go back to my freaking McDonald's. And I don't know what they ate a sad. They were under the SAD diet, the standard American diet, the SAD diet. I don't know what they're eating before. You know what I'm saying? French fries. I don't know. But they're saying, no, I'm going back. I'm not going back because I feel so much better about myself. I look better. I feel better. I can breathe better. I don't need all the medication. And retirement's ready for them, man. And it's freaking awesome. I love stories like this because you can see it. They went on the carnivore diet and it changed their lives. And now they can go into retirement without having a heart attack at the office, if that makes sense. I'm just telling you, man. Look, we all got some weight to lose. I grant you. I could probably lose 10. If I lost 10, I'd be a good place. But I mean, and you're not going to lose it by working out. I mean, you have to start with the eating, the inputs. Stop the inputs that are destroying you. If you want to work out, that's great. But walking, you're not going to walk it off. Now, walking is a good thing. Don't get me wrong. But don't think you're going to get there and exercise is going to lose the weight. It just won't. I mean, if you think about it, and this is what hit me one time. Someone said like a Snickers bar is the equivalent of like a 5-mile run. One Snickers bar is the equivalent of a 5-mile run. Something like that. And I said, dang. Because, I mean, back then I was drinking beers, eating ice cream, eating those Snickers bar. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and that's because I thought I was going to work it off. Well, if you work it off, you need to work not just that one Snickers bar. You got to work off the beers, got to work off the ice cream, got to work off the high carb crap, low fat, high carbs. And and you put that stuff in your body here day after day after day, year over year, your body literally it can't help but get fat. And so you got to change your regardless of what you're doing from a physicality standpoint, working out and stuff. You're not going to be able to work out enough to keep the fat off. The only way to keep the fat off and to lose weight is to watch your diet. There's just no other way around that. Anyway, so something to think about. I love stories like that because it can be done. And you see this lady before and after. It doesn't take. You don't have to be a rocket science. You just got to watch what you eat. Now, it's easier said than done. Trust me. So I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna eat something. I'll probably have some ice cream. You know what I'm saying? Thankfully, I don't drink beer. I tell you, the beer is, in my opinion. I mean, if I was still drinking beer, I'd be a fat boy. No other way around it. Because I drank a lot of beer. I haven't drank beer. I have alcohol in 25 years. Because there's no such thing as one beer for me. So it'd be 1 + 1 + 1 + 12, if that makes sense. And all that stuff it destroys you, man. It destroys you. Anyway, I thought I should have it. All right, we'll see ya.